It comes a time in any single young NBA player's career where they have to make that turn. Whether it's going on the straight and narrow line of just being an all-star their entire career, make the dip to just known role player, or ascend to a superstar level. And Bam Adebayo seems to be one of the players that looks to make that turn this year. Because on draft day, Bam Adebayo was seen as one of the better prospects in this draft. Incredible athleticism, great defense, very NBA ready body, and was looked to be somewhere between the lottery and a little bit outside the lottery, and he was picked 13th overall by the Miami Heat. In his first 2 years in the league, he played behind Hassan Whiteside, who looked to be having a promising career, but ended up falling completely through after he got his money, and Bam Adebayo took the starting spot in his third year after Miami Heat traded Hassan Whiteside to the Portland Trail Blazers. And boy, did he take an incredible leap, going from 9 points a game to 16, 7 rebounds to 10, 0.8 blocks to nearly 1.5, and most surprisingly from 2.2 assists a game to 5 assists a game, being a point center for the Miami Heat, who in a very weird COVID year led them all the way to the NBA Finals with Jimmy Butler. And in this year, he made his first All-Star appearance, made the All-Defensive team. I was in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year award. And this passing season, he took an even bigger leap, going from 16 points a game to 19, had a small dip in his rebounding, going from 10.2 to 9 a game, kept up his assists, going from 5.1 to 5.4, and looked probably even better on defense, even though the numbers don't show it. But something that surprised me and a lot of other people is his free throw percentage, because a lot of people know as a center, normally your free throw percentage is in the high 60s to the low 70s. Bam Adebayo was able to shoot 80% from the free throw line on 5 attempts a game. Almost the same number of attempts the year before, but one more make a game. He also showed his ability to step out a little further by adding a nice mid-range shot to his offensive game. And overall, in a very weird year, Bam Adebayo took some positive steps. But in this last round against the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs, where the Miami went out 4-0, we saw a lot of Bam Adebayo's weaknesses show. While being one of the best defenders in the NBA, Bam Adebayo is still pretty undersized for the center spot. And Brook Lopez's size definitely gave him trouble down low. And his mid-range shot was very much tested by the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was shown that it may be good, but it's definitely not there to an elite level that he would need to be for him to be an elite offensive player in this league. But one thing he did show is that defensively, when it comes to switching on the pick and roll and guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, there's nobody better than him. Now, hold on. I'm not calling him no Giannis stopper. I'm not saying that he can stop him one-on-one because there's nobody in the league that can do that. But I will say, out of all the players that guard Giannis, Bam Adebayo is one of the only players that can give him as much trouble as he does. When in the pick and roll, he does an amazing job at not only closing off the passing lanes for alley-oops, but he knows how to close the guard's airspace and either force him into a very difficult layup or bring it back out to the perimeter to reset the pick and roll. And when switched on to any guards in the pick and roll, he does an amazing job at moving his feet and making life very difficult for any one of these guards. He's almost a hybrid of Draymond Green and Anthony Davis when he comes to on the defensive end. So with a lot of this being said, and a lot of the Miami Heat's new additions this offseason, Bam Adebayo has a chance to take that leap to NBA superstardom. He's never made an All-NBA team, and he definitely has a chance to do that this year. He was, I think, 3rd or 4th place in the Defensive Player of the Year voting, and he definitely has a chance to win it this season. And should he work on making his offensive game even more refined, maybe stepping out a little further, or just making the mid-range shot he already has even more lethal, Bam Adebayo could take the leap to being one of, if not the best center in the NBA. And in this new offense Coach Spo may introduce, Bam Adebayo's playmaking role may take a hit, but his offensive role in now scoring may be even bigger. With a championship and veteran point guard like Lowry at the helm, the ball will probably be in his hands a lot more as a playmaker, and the ball will probably be in Bam's hands more as a scorer on the offensive end. He will have his routine handoffs to Duncan Robinson or simple kick-out passes when the defense does collapse on him. But this season, he needs to look to be a lot more aggressive, looking for a shot and becoming a better scorer. In the series versus the Bucks, Bam Adebayo was extremely passive because simply his offensive game and his ability to score was extremely hindered, and he was not doing a good job of getting to the rim or making his mid-range jumpers. He was settling a lot, and he was looking to be a distributor way more than he was looking to be a scorer, and that simply this season cannot be if the Miami Heat look to succeed at all. Another thing Bam Adebayo can do to take his game to the next level this season is simply be a better defender. And I know that's saying a lot when I just called him a Defensive Player of the Year candidate the year before all defensive teams but he simply can get better in that area of his game. But for that to happen, I think the Miami Heat needs to look to move him to his true position at the power forward spot, and maybe look to bring up Omer Yurtseven, Summer League standout, to the starting center spot. He's shown that he's very good at moving his feet. He's a big body that can protect the rim, but also stretch the defense to give Bam even more room to be a scorer in the paint. And at the power forward spot, Bam Adebayo will not only be playing players his own size, but still he's a lot faster and a lot stronger than most power forwards in this league. And he's also very good at switching on defense, so pick and rolls will not be a problem for him to guard. But overall, Bam Adebayo seems to be one of the most interesting players that could probably take a leap next season, as he has a lot more room to grow, but also a lot more room to regress, or even just be complacent and just be a 4 to 5 time All-Star his entire career. But hopefully as a Heat fan, we see him take even more leaps to becoming a better player and actually make a break to be a NBA superstar, and may even have his name thrown in with D-Wade as one of the best Miami Heat players of all time. But with that being said, this is FLB. That's my time, and I'm out.